Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tasso and today we're going to unbox an iPhone 13 Pro Max. This is my 11 Pro Max, which I've had for a couple of years now, and really looking forward to this new phone. So let's get the unboxing underway. So this morning the package arrived, and a few days ago the leather case. I have been using a black leather case with the iPhone 11. Well, I've gone for a brown, I think it's called brown gold. What's it say here? Golden brown. There we go. Just for changing it up a little bit. I've always go for a graphite or the black version of it. So I have done the same here. So let's unbox it and see what we've got. So I've gone for a 256 gigabyte capacity. So I was contemplating a 512, but gee, it was expensive at this level. So since moving my iPhone, my photos, across to the cloud, I freed up a lot of space. So I tend to move all my videos off my phone quickly, and yeah, just the first impressions are wow. Okay, it's similar in size, a couple of differences there. What you'll do is you'll find the specs all over the internet and other reviewers with in-depth assessments, but you know, all in all, you sort of look at there's not many innovations. Well, a smaller notch, camera improvements, a faster refresh rate. Is that enough to push you over the line? It was for me, coming from an 11. So let's reveal. There's no more plastic. So yeah, it's got a nice feel. So my immediate impressions are that, geez, these cameras are massive. So, you know, you could see those in comparison to the 11 Pro Max. So, you know, whilst I haven't got a 12, the difference between those two is pretty big. So, so yeah, let's set this up and go through some of the details. So what else do you get in the box? No charger, of course. A bit of paperwork, a SIM card replacement, tool, sticker, and the lightning cable, which I've got plenty of those. All right, so let's just put this to the side, go and have a nice look. I have heard that, you know, the sides of the iPhone mark and whatnot. Yeah, look, the 11 did too, but mind you, I always put them in a case, so it doesn't really worry me. So I'm just going to get this started. Let me just get these things out of the way. While that starts up, let's have a look at this case. Oh, that's really easy. Still a lot of, you know, considering, you know, we've taken away the plastics and whatnot, still a lot of paperwork and cardboard in this packaging just for a leather case. So so on some things you get impressed, go, well, yeah, look, environmentally friendly and everything, but geez, the packaging, now that all that is gone, and what's left is this piece here. So what I'll do is I'll actually put it in its case, but for now let's just set it up and see how easy the setup is. So after opening it up, I haven't transferred SIM cards yet, so we'll do it here. So we'll just go English. Let's just go, where are we? Australia. I think we are. So let's open this up. So how do we do a quick start? Here we go. There we go. Continue. Bring that on top of each other. Enter the passcode of the other phone. So it's going to go through the quick setup. We'll set up Face ID. So let's do that. So we just have to move our face around. I'll take my glasses off. Okay. Let's do it again. And continue. So what I want to do is download from iCloud or transfer from iPhone directly. So this is an hour and a half. I think I will do it with transfer iPhone to iPhone. iCloud is determined by the Wi-Fi connection. So so let's do that through iPhone to iPhone. So it will take a while. So let's let it do its thing, and we'll come back. You'll need to add your Apple ID and continue to update all the information. You know, you can add your previous cards, but you'll be stepped through the process. So any other Apple IDs that you may have, older Apple IDs. So I have some very early ones, so which I've purchased old games and apps. So I don't want to repurchase them under my new Apple ID. So, which is unfortunate that hasn't been able to merge those accounts. So, you know, it's now transferring, and it will take some time, and you know, about an hour and a half or so, and we'll come back later today when it downloads all the apps. It may not necessarily download everything. You may get you know, a little download cloud if you've not been using it. I've spent the day letting it set up, and now I get this message on the iPhone 11. Erase this phone. So I'm really quick to press the continue, but what you need to do first before you do that is on the new device is make sure your authenticator app authentications are transferred over. Easy way to do that is to go to the top right, 3 dots, export accounts on the old device, and then follow the instructions, and it will transfer them all into here after you scan and verify a scan. So that's great and easy. The last thing, if you're not saving passwords on your device, I use LastPass. So then make sure it logs in and you've got all your passwords. So as you start opening up all your other apps, making sure that you're logging in from LastPass is important. So what I'm going to do is take a few photos, a few experiments, and we'll see how we go. But yeah, I've added the new case. The case looks great. So I've got my iPhone 11 old case, and yeah, really happy with the new phone. It feels nice and firm, or in control because of the curves. So lack of curves, sorry, in the square edges. Okay, so a nice close-up of the new case. There's almost metallic feel. Maybe it is metallic, I'm not sure, but geez, they look really nice in the sort of golden brown case. You can sort of see the camera bump. It's quite flush, so if it falls, it will sort of protect them. It's got a different material, a harder material in there. But yeah, it's really nice. So if you like the wallpaper on the iPhones, and I have a couple of them on Unsplash, so you can download those for free. I'll put that in the description. Just before I start shooting, just wanted to show you that I'm greeted with photographic styles, and I can choose the style I want. I'm not a big fan of filters, so I can always set this up later, and I'll just use the standard. And then we'll go into cinematic mode, and it gives us a prompt. It says add beautiful shadow, depth of field and focus transitions to your videos automatically. Your video depth information is stored and allows you to later change the depth of field effect. So really looking forward to that. So we'll see how that sort of works, and we'll just click continue and give that a go. Okay, so I'm trying to focus on the AirTag, the type in fact, but autofocus is on the back wall here of a poster that I have. But we managed to do it. But you can see as I zoom out, it blurs, so it loses focus. So tapping on the screen, as I move forward, it changes lens, so it's a bit jumpy. Tapping on all the other boxes just focuses fine. I'm trying cinematic mode and seeing how that works. So the tracking, the AI on the phone is pretty awesome. It will track that item even if you move the camera. So I've got it on the last box. I'm just going to move the camera, so it's still tracking it. It's pretty awesome. I've gone outside. I'll try the night mode camera. Unfortunately, with my iPhone 11, I was a little bit faster, slower, and just couldn't match them. But this is the best I could do. You could sort of see that the bigger sensor on the iPhone 13 lets more light in, so you can just rewind and have another look. I've tried it with the flashlight, and yes, the iPhone 13 is a little bit better than the 11 Pro Max. But yeah, I'm really happy with the results that I'm getting. You'll notice here in night mode, the iPhone 11 needs 3 seconds, whilst the 13 needs 2 seconds. So with a larger sensor, it's probably and larger lens, it's letting more light in. So I've tried a couple of different options here, just different angles. So this one in particular is 200% of one of the photos, and you'll see that even looking at the leaves, it feels a bit sharper in the 13. So just you can jump back and just have a compare. I took a few more shots, and just normal night mode, and again another straight night mode photo, and then a 3x zoom, and then a wide angle zoom. So look, the results are good. have to keep on testing, and mind you, it is fairly low lighting outside in the front yard. I switched off the front porch as well. Okay, so what I've discovered is that after having played with cinematic mode, is that once you save the video, you can tap on edit and it will give you an f-stop button on the top left. So clicking on that, you can manage how much of a blur background you want. One thing to note is that if you're syncing your videos and photos to iCloud and they appear on my MacBook within minutes, I was tempted to edit a cinematic mode video on my MacBook. I accidentally pressed revert to original even though I hadn't edited it. It took away the background blur and I could not retrieve that file, so I couldn't revert that file is probably right. So yeah, so just be careful when you're transferring stuff. If you're I don't know if it's a bug. I'll have to investigate a little bit more in on the Photos app on the MacBook, but yeah, that was quite unfortunate, so I had to reshoot it for a test video. Yeah. The macro lenses are amazing. The one glaring issue is that jumping effect that you get when you sort of move towards an object or away from an object. The detail is great, but hopefully they fix that jumping issue, transitioning from lens to be a bit smoother. One way to avoid that jump is to probably keep a certain distance from an object, but I just couldn't work out if it was in the zoom, if it was in the macro lens or one of the other lenses. There's no way on screen to actually lock the lens. So for example, with this chain, because of the detailed background, the camera decided to focus on the background. It was a challenge to get the chain back in focus. But yeah, the detail is fantastic. I've got an hourglass, and I thought, well, if I keep my distance set and I move the camera down, it actually doesn't jump, so obviously it stays on that lens. Well, that's one way, but it's not always the case that's what you want to shoot. You want some flexibility, so hopefully an update will do that. But the best shot that I came across a snail this morning was crossing my path, and avoid stepping on it, and then I thought, well, I'll try and get as close with the macro, and the closest I got was probably about 1 centimeter. It knew I was there, but yeah, bar from touching it with the camera, the detail's amazing. So I took a few shots while on a walk this morning, so enjoy those, and I guess that's it from me. Would I recommend upgrading to the 13? Well, if you've got the 12, I would probably skip this version, unless you are wanting, the latest cameras for your work. If you're an avid iPhone photography person, then yes. But if you're using it for travel and everyday use, then probably skip this one and wait for the 14. I would also recommend that you keep the, if you've got an 11 Pro Max, keep it. It's still being offered on the Apple site, which says a lot to me about how relevant the device is still. I will continue to use my iPhones for content creation, but at some stage I may invest in a mirrorless camera like a Sony 6400. But getting up and running and the flexibility of the iPhone is ideal for my current needs. So, well, I think that's about it from me. This was a massive effort to pull this video together. Pretty amazed at some of the reviewers out there, how they actually have the time and effort to put something like this together. But, if you liked it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, help me grow the channel. Comment below what you think of the cameras or any other part of the video, but I'd be happy to chat. Until next time, be well.